welcome back, everybody. Welcome to World Team League 2022 Winter Code S Round 8, Day 1, Match number 2. It is time. It is what everyone has been waiting for. CranKy Ducklings versus PSISTORM Gaming.
We have been holding back, but it is now time to release the entire roster upon PSISTORM, and here we have them. This is Dolan, Eric, Oreo, Patty Mac. We have Starduck and the man himself, the ace of the CranKy Ducklings, Vindicta.
Oh, the shaft has been waiting. We have all been waiting to come in on PSISTORM, and they are a pretty powerful team. Don't get us wrong. You know, they got Gumiho, they got Geralt, they got Special, they got MaxPax, but we have seen in recent times that Geralt has been shaving, so he doesn't have the power of the stash like he once had. And there is a new addition to the roster, actually. I forgot to point this out. Haas has rejoined PSISTORM.
Yeah, Haas back on PSISTORM, and he has just been... He's kind of gone through his probationary few weeks that they have in these team leagues when a new player joins, like we saw with the Laser, and now he is released. He's ready to play. He's ready to be unleashed.
Oh, he is ready. The Haas is here. The Haas, you know, the Haitian Republic. But we'll get there in match number 2 because here we have the lineups. We have Dolan going up against Special, Vindicta versus Haas, and something that should be corrected, Oreo versus MaxPax.
Oreo. Let's go. When was the last time he played StarCraft?
Oh my god. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while since he's played StarCraft. Mate, he's ready though. He's got the champion race, Papi. Don't worry.
Beautiful. He plays more than some of your other sons, so we're gonna be alright.
It's very true.
We do have lined up for our first match. It is going to be a TVT, and we have seen Dolan recently getting close to taking down the wins in some very big TVTs against the likes of Time, against Maru. Dolan has had some tough Terran opponents, and he's been able to show that he's not a pushover. He's been able to show some promise in those games as well.
Oh yeah, he has shown a lot of promise. Really, I want to say that about, you know, all of our ducklings. You know, they've all been amazing and beautiful in their own right. Dolan has been mainly used as a bit of a TVP sniper in our team league matches, but that doesn't mean that his other matches are lacking here. You know, I'm sure you're a little bit more familiar. Maybe you don't want to go too much into it, but I'm sure he has plenty of special builds for TVT as well.
Haha. So you did the special builds? Playing against Special?
Oh, that was not intentional.
Name's Special.
Yes, it is. We're special as well.
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah, every part of the team has been showing a lot of promise. Every part of Voltron. We will have the debut. Actually, not the debut. I think he played in the first team league, but we will have the sophomore release of the Wrists of Voltron.
Yeah, the return, the comeback of the Wrists, Papi. And really, what pairs better with the shaft than the wrist? No.
It's an important part of the Voltron, the CranKy Ducklings of Voltron that we have to assemble, that will hopefully be putting that first World Team League victory on the board.
Exactly. Let's go, Papi. And it all starts with the D, with the Danger Dolan himself coming out here with, you know, a pretty well-rounded hexagon. Don't get us wrong here. Special as well. I'm a little bit surprised that he's regarded as a C-tier player here. I mean, maybe in the World Team League he hasn't had the best results, but for a long time he has been one of the best foreigners out there.
Yeah, 100%. We have seen him in a little bit of shaky form as of late, but still has a pretty nice total score.
Yeah, a very nice score indeed. It does feel like, you know, he is a little bit inside of Special here in the hexagons, but, you know, he's just waiting to push out. I don't know what that means.
Fair enough. Yeah, we can see that the first map we are going to be having Data C. Data C definitely a map that favors more defensive play. I am a little bit worried for Dolan in this case because Special has shown that he does like to go for tank Viking based play, and that's something that's going to be extremely hard to break on this map. Dolan has also been playing, the last few times that we've seen him play TVTs in World Team League, he has sometimes gone for a more standard build, going for that 2 Reaper, 2 Cyclone build into a more standard game. And a standard mech game against Special, even for Clem, has proven something to be rather difficult. He is a bit of a specialist when it comes to TVT mech.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the terrifying prospect about playing against Special, is that he's got a lot of builds up his sleeve. You know, he's whipped out the two port build many a time, especially on some of these smaller maps like Moondance and like Waterfall. He plays mech as well. He can go for these really awkward offbeat timings himself. So yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting TVT. Especially because I did get confirmation that Special, after Atlanta, he did return to Korea again. So he's back there in the motherland, you know, practicing hard.
Yeah, very serious about his StarCraft. But it does look like, Special is going to be gearing up for this one, and he has been using that 2-star pop build a lot. He's not one to, you know, hold it back. He wants to use it every day.
Yeah. And use it he will. I want to give a special shout out to Shiva Blaster in the chat for subscribing, oh my god, for 13 months, just over a year. The shaft comment, I gotta resub for that. Oh no.
There's more coming where that came from, so do not worry.
There's a lot that came before, and there's a lot that will come after. Oh boy. Not like this, Papi, not like this.
You are stuck in here with us.
Oh god, as the players are just getting ready here, it looks like game number 1 is going to be on Data Under the Sea. A pretty, I want to say a pretty standard map, all things considered. There are, of course, varying features of said map, but I don't necessarily know if this really screams unorthodox play. And again, I know Special is very he's very particular with when he whips out the 2 ports. So I don't know if I see him doing it here.
Yeah, I mean, he does. I mean, if he does it in the first game, he might not, you know, regenerate his strength to do it again in the second game. So he might want to just save it there for that second game and maybe go for something a little bit more standard here. Just kind of feel out Dolan, see what he's all about.
No, it does make a lot of sense. You don't want to blow your load too early, right? You want to be able to go the distance and make sure that everyone is satisfied.
Be subtle.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm trying to be subtle. Come on.
What did I say?
We just do have a very small delay getting into this one, but that does give, you know, the brain of Voltron Dolan time to go over his strategies, get everything prepared in his head, kind of play through the game that he expects to be happening here and how he expects to sort of go down.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, I feel like more time here is great for some of these North American players, especially because it is quite early in the morning. We need some time to wake up. We need some time to know to set our minds, to get some food, to get some monster energy inside of us as well. Shout out to Migs. Migs is also awake. He woke up at like 4 a.m. God, he is such a gamer. He's dedicated. Yeah. He's very dedicated.
Yeah. I mean, he was in my stream and I was like, oh, you woke up early? And he was like, oh, no, I haven't gone to bed yet. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think it was a good thing that both Dolan and Vindicta were there, because I showed up and I was like, hey, we got our match in like 6 hours. And they're like, what?
Yeah. Just dad busted into the door and went, go to bed. These kids just staying up late at the sleepover. And you're like, you got school tomorrow, kids.
Oh god. Thankfully, you know, despite the lack of sleep, they are here. They are awake. They are ready for their games. I just got some confirmation. We're just waiting for some of the other players to get ready as well. We are here. Dolan is there. Game number 1 will actually be on the Americas. Game 2 will be on Korea.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, maybe Special will just save that 2-star port build to Korea, where he can get a little bit more of that ping advantage, that micro advantage, and he can abuse that with the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, he gets his map pick as well.
When Dolan wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
There
True.
you go.
A lot of good things lining up for Special for that second game.
Exactly, maybe he can go for the team GP maneuver, the 1-5. Puppy. He can go for the 1-5.
He can do it. I believe in him. He will be the one to get a win on the board for PSISTORM.
Oh yeah.
The consolation prize.
We shall see. We shall see. The other thing to take note of course, I think we bring this up every week. I can't believe we haven't already. But Special with a nice round 69 total score.
I did say that he had a nice score. I think you were a bit distracted.
I was. It was something else that my mind was on.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's okay. Sorry. We could just ring it up again. That's 69.
Nice.
Nice. You know what would be a travesty? It's been a while since we've seen Good Game Gaming, but if Nice doesn't have a 69 score,
that would be pretty funny.
That would be awful.
The graphics don't quite line up though.
We need to make him line up. We need to get in touch with the WT admins and figure it out, mate. Because that's necessary.
Nice.
Look, it feels like they're cherry picking these numbers half the time. Okay, I'm sure they can fudge the numbers to make the total score 69 for Nice. Okay,
They could just give him a 10 in mindset.
Yeah,
just
just
make
give him
up
a
the
10.
numbers.
Give him a 10.
As here we go, we are finally spawning on Data C, and we have our beautiful CranKy Duckling over here in the top right-hand corner. It is Dolan.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data under the sea, we have the Mexican Terran Special. Oh my god. Mate.
Here we go, and Dolan. His SCB going on a little bit of a journey. I think we are going to be seeing that 3 Rax Reaper.
Let's go. We're going to be having 2 Raxes out on the map. We're going to have a 3rd Rax back at home as both SCVs do move out here for Dolan. And we'll see if Special can get his eyes on this. Oh my god.
Oh, Dolan is looking handsome.
I almost didn't recognize. He looks like he has a tan going as well.
The tan, he's got the beard. He's been talking to Patty Mac. He's been getting some lessons, getting club ready.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of the Patty Mac Atlanta tale. That's Dolan did get involved with that.
Oh,
and for the better. Oh my, Chad Dolan here. I can't not look at his face.
Puppy.
I am mesmerized. Oh my god.
There we go. Special's going to have to be careful as he goes on over with this scouting SCV not to look too deeply into Dolan's eyes, as we do see a 3rd Rax going down. And wow, this is a very interesting way to do this build.
It really is. So a couple of things are happening here. One, we do have that 3rd. Oh, he's going for 4 Rexes. Oh my god, he's doubling down. And I just now realized why he looks so different than I normally expect. Dolan, he pulled a Superman. He took off his glasses.
Ah.
He's a different person. It's crazy. As the Reapers come in.
This is absolutely insane. I am 100% stealing this build. It's disgusting. But what this is designed to do is he's designing this to fake out a proxy 2-rack. So he's doing everything to make it look like a 2-rack down to the timings. But he's going to hit with an insane amount of Reapers really fast. The one problem that he has here is Special is going for a proxy starport. So Special is going to have a very fast starport, and there's not really going to be anything that Dolan can do to deal with that ultimately. It's just going to be a matter of if he can clear out the base of Special before that can make too much of an impact.
Yeah, we'll see if he can pull it off in the end, as the Hellion is going to be able to get a volley off the first Reaper already going down here for Dolan.
Yeah, Dolan is going to be getting on in there, but Special here already has a lot of units out, and we see a 2nd Reaper going down, and this is getting from bad to worse for Dolan here, and Oh, I think he knows that he's in a rough spot now.
Yeah, 4 Reapers do end up going down. We have a Liberator on the way across the map as well. Dolan, he slips on in to get a scout of the main base of... Sorry, Special slips in to get a scout of the main base of Dolan, confirming that there is nothing back at home. And this is something that's supposed to snowball, and unfortunately, it's been stopped before it started.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just see Special dipping in there with the scout. We are starting up that Liberator, and because Dolan wasn't going for that 2-rax, he's not going to have a Cyclone at home to defend, and that is the end of his mining for the rest of this game.
Yeah, exactly. The Liberator will put a stop to all of that as it comes out in a couple of seconds. There's still a chance maybe where he can overwhelm what Special has across the map. Maybe it's going to be a tough call, a tough ask as the Liberator does siege.
Yeah, honestly, here, I'm not sure if you maybe just keep mining, just try to mine as much as you can, but it looks like he is going to be pulling those SCVs away as Special just using his multitask that he is so good with to just chase those down. We do have these Reapers dipping on back in.
Yeah, it looks like they will be able to get that Cyclone in the end, but the Hellions get so many volleys off again. We lost 4 of these Reapers earlier in the game. We just don't have enough firepower.
Gee, those Marines just taking too much out of those units. And we don't get to see full screen Dolan. I'm disappointed.
We don't get... I hope we will, though. I know we will, as we're going to be getting ready for game number 2, but... Special, very solid hold in the end. We saw a very cheeky build coming out from Dolan. He was, as you said, he wanted to try and force a response and make it look like a 2-rax, but he maybe committed a little bit too early with his Reapers, and as we saw, lost them a little bit too early as well.
I've got handsome Squidward stuck in my head. Where it's like, not that he wasn't handsome before, but Dolan has turned into handsome Dolan, and everyone's just kind of like, whoa.
I mean, look, if I had to spend a night with a duckling, you know.
You're spoiled for choice.
Exactly. I want them all, puppy. I want just one wild night in Atlanta. That's all I want. Oh my god.
Yeah, but there we go. We will be ducking into the second map, and it looks like Dolan, he's picked out inside and out here.
Yeah, interesting choice for game number 2. A bit of a smaller map. We do see this quite often here from Dolan, but he's not going for the Stargazer special.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have a special Stargazer's build prepared for Terran. I'm hoping that we're going to see a little bit more of a game here, something a little bit more drawn out. That was a very nice cheeky build, but Special just shut it down so well. And Special is a bit of a specialist when it comes to these early game cheeky builds, so I have to think that he did kind of know what was coming, and he was able to show that his control was a bit superior though.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of what we expect from Special, you know, like he is a world-class player for a reason. That doesn't mean there isn't a world where Dolan can take him down. I do believe he can, but a lot of it will come down to his strategic planning. Unfortunately, going for that 4-rax in game 1, while out of left field and crazy, that didn't quite cut it.
Yeah, it didn't quite cut it, so... Yeah, I'm hoping he's got something a little bit different prepared for Inside Out. Maybe a 2 starport build of his own. We were talking about that before.
That would be crazy if both players go for double starport. Is that legal?
I'll allow it. As we do have it spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for the CranKy Ducklings. This is Dolan.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have representing PSISTORM Gaming, Special.
Specials. Yeah, we do see everything going to be starting off in the main base of each of these players. Dolan going for a gas first, so this does make me lean a little bit towards a 1-base build, but we'll have to see if that is what he goes for.
Yeah, very fast gas indeed. This time the SCV is going to be staying at home, not moving out across the map for any kind of crazy proxy. But as you were saying, second gas is being taken as well. We'll see what Dolan has in store for us moving on from here.
Yeah, and here we go. He's going to be throwing down the racks in the second gas. So still the opportunity maybe to go for a bit of a 1-base all-in here. I know that Proxy Starport definitely in his wheelhouse, or even just a tank Viking push from home.
Yeah, he's got a couple of options available to him. Dolan did already kind of show his hand in a way in game number 1, showing that he is more than willing to be aggressive. So Special may already be on notice or on edge. So Dolan has to be careful with how he approaches things and how he shows things.
Yeah, 100%. Special's going to know now the kind of player that he's dealing with. He does just duck in there, sees the factory timing. That's all he really needs to see. He knows it's a gas first, as Dolan is just going to be sneaking out this SCV after the scout. So my bets here are on a proxy starport based on the timing.
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. We do have Dolan still halfway through his factory. Once the factory does finish up, we can throw down that starport as well, as the SCV does walk past them TGI Friday chairs. We didn't even get to talk about it, but you know what? I'm sure that a lot of Australia's posture does come down to his chair.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Almost certainly got that TGI Friday chair, but does look like Special going to look to be a little bit aggressive using that SCV just to poke back. He's going to be ducking in here and is going to get a small scout. He's going to get out of there. Very important for Dolan that he doesn't lose this Reaper because he doesn't have any more on the way. And there is our proxy starport.
Very interesting proxy location here. Is covered by the tall grass on the right-hand side. Well, Special does shoot first, so Dolan has to be a little bit careful. Does get that KDA charge off, forcing that Reaper back for the time being. But again, if he pushes it away a little bit too much, it will stumble upon that proxy, so has to be careful.
Yeah, so this is going to be I know this build very well because I've used it a bunch of times based off his YouTube video. This is going to be a proxy reactor starport with Vikings coming out, but yeah, Special ducking in at a very inconvenient time here for Dolan and is going to be able to take down that Reaper, but no! Beautiful micro coming out from Dolan. Does lose those 2 SCVs, but is going to be trapping this last Reaper of Special. Just doesn't get it though.
The last Reaper does barely escape. There's a small little win from Special. It means that he gets a full scout on the main base as well, and he can dip in a little bit later on for another scout. Meanwhile, he still hasn't scouted, but oh my god, no, he comes across the proxy!
There we go. He knows that something was missing in that main base. He finds the starport. Bit of a raise of the eyebrows from Dolan, as we do see that reactor is going to be finishing up, and now Special knows exactly what's coming his way. But we see a medevac instead. This is very odd. Typically, the response that I would expect from this is to see a reactor Viking of his own, but it looks like with medevac and with 2 cyclones, he's going to be looking to catch these units out on the map. I love this.
Yeah, and he's immediately just diving on top of this add-on as well. The reactor is going to be going down. Dolan is on the way to try and save this, but he's a little bit too late.
Yeah, and we are just going to get those 2 units, of course. With the reactor with Terran, it does actually remember the progress of that previous unit and then just finish it off where it was. So we do see 2 Vikings come out, but he is in a very awkward spot here, trying to avoid the Cyclones of Special.
Yeah, he really is. Meanwhile, the Cyclone does end up spotting this army, does get a lock on one of the Vikings, getting 2 shots off, just weakening, softening it up for the time being. The rest of these Cyclones are going to be chipping away from these Marines as well. Dolan is very committed. He's got to go for it.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Special there that he did actually get the lock on onto a Marine rather than a tank. I think he'd much prefer to get the tank here, but he's cutting off the reinforcements and just making this so awkward for Dolan. Dolan is not going to be able to get any more tanks across the map.
Oh, and the Cyclone's going to be focusing on the starport as well. Oh my god, Dolan goes for the lift. Is going to be able to land on the other side of those rocks. At the same time, Dolan is trying to break on through in towards the natural base, but Special does have 1 tank out.
Yes, a very nice. Does break the lock on with the high ground there. We do see another scan going down for Special. Dolan a little bit worried about these Cyclones right now.
Yeah, the Cyclones are really making this awkward. Meanwhile, Special, he pulls the boys. He wants to try and break this, but no, he knows that he was maybe a little bit too late with that. Does pull back.
Yeah, thinks better of it. Has his own Vikings here. Is going to be able to get the lock on here, but a little bit careless there. He's going to be losing one of his Cyclones. Will almost lose his second one, but not quite.
Not quite. The second Cyclone barely survives, but you know what? Special, he's been able to cut off the reinforcements. He is going to be able to hold on, but no, Dolan shoots first. He has range.
He sieges in range, and it looks like Special, he is desperate to get some vision down this map. He is going to get that vision. He's going to take out one of these tanks, and everything goes down for Dolan Special. He is just cleaning everything up now, and I think this is the end for Dolan.
Yeah, it looked like maybe things were going to go his way, but in the end, Special does hold on. He had the workers to give up. GG gets called, and Special takes the 2-0.
GG. Special taking the win there. And just shuts the camera off. No celebration.
He wants to go to bed, Papi. He's done. Oh my god.
Maybe just a little bit jet lagged. Just wants to get a nice early sleep. But Special getting a pretty comfortable 2-0 win there is going to be propelling PSISTORM into the lead here. But up next we have a very nice matchup.
Yeah, exactly. Special may have been a little bit too much for the brain of Voltron, but here comes the Shaft. And the Shaft is going to be coming up against one of the newer players, isn't quite familiar, isn't quite experienced with World Team League, is dipping his toes in for the first time.
He is, but I do know these two players, they do have a little bit of history between each other, so I think they've gone pretty back and forth. Vindicta has been able to shut down some of the crazy builds by Haas, like the Glaives all-ins that we do see him doing sometimes. Vindicta, a player that does opt to be a little bit safer sometimes, and that can match up well against Haas as long as the early game goes well.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting to see how kind of this plays out in the end. Because Haas is a very special player. He's he can be very cheesy, as well, as we all do know. But everyone knows this. Like, Haas has a reputation. That's a bit of a downside about Haas, is that everyone knows how crazy, how cheesy, how aggressive he can be. And Vindicta can be a very careful player when going up against, this kind of Haas.
Yeah, like you're saying, Haas's reputation precedes him, and Vindicta should know exactly what kind of things that Haas plays with. Should be very aware of the kind of plays that he goes for. The problem is knowing about it and being able to do something about it is two different things, because Haas, similar to Mia Micro, another player that we talk about that's a little bit in this style, he's the kind of person who, if he sees you over defend, will be able to just smash that economy. We've seen him go up to 100 probes. Just these crazy mass charge lot styles where he just sends wave after wave at you.
Oh yeah, this swarm toss style. Haas is known for it. He's known for being hyper greedy, just mass expanding, just working off of like 3 gases, or I think even max 4 gases for a while, even 2. It can be really oppressive. It can be really scary. But again, I want to believe in our boy. I want to believe in Migs that he can deal with this, that he has dealt with it in the past. He can do it again.
Yeah, he's going to be able to turtle drag Haas down into that late game, where he should be able to out-multitask him, as we've seen him do time and time again. But yeah, surviving that early game, it is no mean feat.
Oh, it is not at all. Not for Haas either, to be fair. But we'll see how things play out here. I'm just getting a couple of updates, and it looks like game number 1. It looks like game number 1 will be on US West, if I'm not mistaken. And game number 2 will be on Korea.
Beautiful. As here we go. We have these lovely little hexagons. We do see the micro hasn't been bumped up yet for Vindicta. Aye.
It deserves to be, by the way. It deserves to be bumped up. Shaking my head, puppy. Shaking my head. As here we go, Haas for the first time representing PSISTORM Gaming. He was on Prep Esports last season, if you recall. But now representing a brand new team. Both players do end up covering different halves of the same hexagon.
Yeah, I mean, that checks out. That's fair enough. We do see Haas with the strategy, with the offense, with the micro. I'm going to be a bit contentious here and say that Zealots aren't the most micro-expressive units. I definitely agree on the strategy, though.
I've seen him use Blink Stalkers before. I mean, Blink DTs before.
I'm sure it's very good.
Yeah. I'm sure he's at least.
Well, maybe he'll be able to prove it to us.
Oh yeah. He'll try.
Yeah, he will try. But there will be bunkers. There will be tanks. There'll be liberators. There'll be ghosts.
There'll be a tent, mate. A tent that says no Protoss allowed.
There'll be Migs at the tent, just like hundreds of meters behind the bunker, just kind of like, just like right in the back, just like.
Yes, we are in for a wild time here, as game number 1 is going to be on Moondance. Ooh, once again, Bappy. We can dance in the moonlight.
Dancing in the moonlight. in the absence of Paddy Mac, but I'm sure he'd be happy that we're still giving it the respect that it deserves.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can hear him raising his glass in joy as we speak. I don't know if I can say that. I think he's underage. In America, not in Valencia, not in Valencia.
Raising his glass of grape juice.
Of grape juice, yes, yes. So root beer is there alcohol in root beer? Is there? There? Okay. I've never had it before. Okay.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
Yeah. Have you had Dr. Pepper? Is that root beer?
Yes. No.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Pepper's like cherry cola.
Cherry? It's cherry?
Yeah, it's cherry.
I had no idea.
It's so good. It's kind of like one of those love it or hate it things. So it's got like a very strong cherry flavor. People who don't like it say it tastes like, you know, cough syrup, like that.
Yeah.
Really like sickly sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you do like it, like if you like cherry flavored things, do you like cherry flavored Starburst?
I like Starbucks.
Fucking weirdo.
No,
It's Starburst, like the little squares. You know,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
get the
yeah.
lollies that are like in
Yeah.
the squares, and you like unwrap every single one of them, and it's like the most disgusting amount of rubbish.
Is it individually wrapped? Oh my god.
Yeah. There's like the full packet, and they have the squares, the little
Jesus.
cube ones.
Yeah.
And you unwrap every single one of those little cubes. But there's a cherry one, and a lot of people hate it. Anyway, if you had it, Dr. Pepper tastes like that.
Okay. I know what Starbursts are. I've seen.
You just wanted to say Starbucks? You just wanted me to know that you've had a coffee before?
I've never had Starburst before. I've never had
Starbucks
it
before?
Maybe once. Look, you're supposed to introduce me to Melbourne coffee. To Melbourne coffee, and you haven't done that.
Starbucks. The whole point of Melbourne coffee is that Starbucks failed. They were dumb to come here.
There you go.
Because they're an American chain, and we said get out of here.
I know Gloria Jeans.
Oh, you're awful. You're hurting me.
Oh my god.
Have you seen one of those? They're usually outside or like in shopping malls.
I mean, it was back in the day. You know, back when I went outside. It's been quite some time.
You've seen photos of them?
I've seen them on the internet. Can confirm. I know what a Gloria Jeans looks like.
Why would I go to a Gloria Jeans when I can just get a Dare Ice coffee?
True, mate. I have a Dare Ice coffee that's been looking at me for the past week in the fridge, but I'm saving it for tomorrow, puppy. I'm saving it.
Do they give them to you when you're casting ANZ champs?
No.
But you have to bring your own. Do you get to drink the ones that are on the desk, or does only Fluke get to drink them?
I think we can if we want to. They actually have like a fridge full of different dares, full of dares.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you have one? That could be your food for the day.
That could be my food. I should just go in.
You should take advantage of that.
I should just load up on dare.
Yeah.
just fill up my bag and just walk out.
Like I would like to be paid in milk.
Oh, the milk, Papi. Oh, the milk. Speaking of milk, this lovely morning we are getting ready here. I don't really know what the holdup is, but hopefully all of our players are are getting prepared here for us. Yeah. Personally, I'm actually like really excited about this matchup. I do think that this is pretty competitive between the two players. I do think we have a really good shot at maybe even not dropping a map. I don't know if I want to be saying that, but
I can see that. I can also see it going really pear-shaped. I could see it going a few different ways. I mean, yeah. TVP is one of those matchups where when it's one-sided, it can look really one-sided, and it's not always because one player is necessarily better than the other player on the day. It can just come down to the build sometimes and how they match up in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. We've seen that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even in World Team League we've seen that before, but hopefully that doesn't happen again as the players are just getting ready here. Oh boy. Yeah. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully we can get our game going. Unfortunately, we need to speak to the admins here. Like, can we earn points? Can the players increase their score? Yeah.
Can we
Like what? Like
can we change
would
the
it-
metrics?
what would it take to get 9 more points for Vindicta? You know, like what does that really entail?
Ah, I see. Probably winning.
Maybe.
Probably winning a lot. Like all of the games.
All the games, Puffy. All the games. I believe, Puffy. I believe.
Just has to 2-0 Dark
Mm-hmm.
and some other people. You can steal their points.
Oh yeah. I believe in the. I believe in the Shaft. I believe in Vindicta. I believe in Miguelito. Oh boy. But do I believe in Haas? Because I'm pretty sure we're waiting on Haas right now. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe
Yeah.
It's just part of the mind games. He's just kind of getting in his head, making him wait.
Making him fall asleep.
Yeah, sure. Just taking advantage of him being a little bit tired at the moment.
As in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, representing the CranKy Ducklings, Vindicta.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, for the first time representing PSISTORM Gaming, this is Haas.
All right. Are we getting a forge this series?
Does Haas do that? No,
I'll be honest,
seriously, I don't know if he does Cannon Rush Terrence.
I didn't think so. Like I'll be honest, I haven't casted Haas in a good couple of months, mate. It's been a while, but we'll see how things go as the cameras turn on.
Oh my god. Migs is smudging. He's got the hood up. He's got the drawstrings tucked.
I was about to say, like, he doesn't just have the hood, he's got that like tightly around his head, mate. Oh my god.
Like a Teletubby.
Yeah. I wonder if that helps. I wonder if it if we want to cut blood supply to the brain or something. And
Not blood supply to the brain. What are you trying to supply then? Something else.
We want to supply
diverting
something
strength.
for something else, mate. That is where his strength comes from.
I see. Wow. Very impressive.
Oh no.
I would like to think he's just keeping his head warm. The one on his shoulders. And he's just gonna use that to power his brain.
Yes. Yes, he is. As so far, the openers are looking relatively standard here. Got Haas going for his gate expand, as we would expect. Likewise, Vindicta opening up double gas, not a rack expand.
We were casting a StarCraft game for a minute there. As we do have that Stalker coming on out, that probe has been found. Won't be getting that follow-up. Scout on the natural here.
Oh, yes, there won't be that follow-up scout. Nicely done by Vindicta, being able to shut down that probe and moving out across the map to get a bit of a scout off and confirm what the follow-up tech is going to be from Haas. We can see he's opted to go for a Twilight Council.
Yeah, so he's going to be making that Twilight Council here. Pretty safe bet. The Vindicta not going to be going for a one base all-in or anything like that, so Haas can go a little bit more on the greedy side here. With that Twilight against the double gas, he's lucky it's not Dolan going for the... No, not Dolan, XY. Going for the third roll.
Yeah. XY. Of course, the mentality of the king would have been able to find a way in here, but likewise, Vindicta going to be able to dance with his with his Reapers, chip away at this Stalker a little bit, bearing in mind that he does have the ping advantage here in game number 1, and is able to dance in the moonlight.
Yeah, despite what the SC Boy organizers have assigned him, Vindicta very strong with the micro and will be looking to, exert his APM, his high speeds, his multitask on Haas with this very aggressive opener. And looks like Haas has been a little bit greedy here. I believe he's actually skipped. No, I thought he skipped his second gateway unit, but no. We will see a little pop in from Vindicta, but possibly getting walled out as charge is being chronoed. And yeah, the Hellions were walled out on the front there.
Yeah, this is scary because additional gateways are being thrown down. No gases are being taken either. We got 7-8 gates. Oh my god. Haas is going for a big boy charge all in.
Yeah, this is a total all-in with the charge. We immediately see a bunker going down for Vindicta. He is very aware that something greedy is coming his way. We see a tank, we see a Raven on the way as well, but this is going to be very difficult to hold because Vindicta went for a lot of Reapers and a lot of Hellions that significantly delays any of his factory and marine production, and that's going to be a problem here.
It really is, especially because he only has a piece of the puzzle. He only has seen and spotted Stalkers. He hasn't quite caught on to exactly what is going on. It looks like the Reapers are going to try and slip into the main base. They're headed in that direction. There is nothing here to stop them, so they will get a full scout, and he should recognize that 0 gas is being mined.
Yeah, he says there is no gas mining. That should throw up alarm bells. I am expecting to see a lot of bunkers going down as he works that out. There we go, first bunker is going down.
Yeah, second bunker as well. We do see them starting up immediately. He recognizes how much danger he is in. Now it's all about the execution as the Prism is already across the map.
And this first warp in, it is here already. Far too soon. SCV is being pulled straight away. They are going to be used to just fend off these Zealots. He's using that whole position as well just to help with the micro, but this wall is not a wall. The Zealots are getting straight on top of the SCVs. 8, 9, 10, 11 SCVs going down straight away, and he is in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, we can afford to lose a couple of these workers. Don't get us wrong, but it's too much damage. GG gets called, and Haas takes the first game.
Yeah, there we go. A very fast, crisp Zealot timing there. And oh, Vindicta going down without much of a fight there, unfortunately. Not a good matchup of builds whatsoever.
Yeah, that hit so quickly. that was what was shocking to me. It's like Vindicta scattered what was going on. He's like, oh my god, he starts the bunkers. As he starts them, the Prism gets into his into his main base. Like, Jesus, that was insane.
Yeah. I wonder if all the bunkers were going down at the front as well. Maybe he thought it was going to be that Glaives all in. But yeah, Haas just getting in there at such a crisp timing. Vindicta not ready. It's a very difficult build to deal with. It is extremely all in, but yeah, if you get that kind of damage, there's no coming back from there.
Yeah, definitely. Just too many workers going down. The tanks going down as well. We saw that. I believe all 3 bunkers were in the natural. I think there were 3 in total that were being built, and as you were saying, just not quite where they needed to be. I think they're just catching on a little bit too late as to what was happening, or misreading the situation.
Yeah, exactly. So that is going to put PSISTORM in this 3-0 lead. If CranKy Ducklings are going to want to do it, going to be able to do it, they're going to have to win every game from here. Meaning an Oreo 2-0 over MaxPax, I believe.
Yeah, I believe too, Papi. As now it is Vindicta's map of choice. It is going to be Cosmic Sapphire. Interesting. It is a much larger map, so he's going to have a little bit more leeway as well. But I'm sure that's not going to stop Haas.
Yeah, Cosmic looks like Vindicta trying to buy himself as much room as he can. Just trying to get Haas the hell away from him. Trying to buy himself all that space.
Get the hell away. But just, he just needs a little bit, I don't know if you've ever pitched a tent before. I don't know if you've ever gone camping, but it's a process. It takes time, right? Like you can't just get it up whenever you want, It's you gotta work yourself.
Sometimes you just wake up and it's there. We're gonna see if Vindicta is gonna be able to set that tent up here on Cosmic Sapphire.
Oh no. You're an animal.
The tent, like someone
yeah.
It's worse. We are gonna be gearing on up. Looks like we might be just moving on over to a different server for this one.
Yeah, we are going to be hopping servers over to the land of the Koreas, so Haas will have a little bit of a ping advantage, but of course, Vindicta being from the western coast doesn't have the worst ping to Korea. Like, it is definitely playable for him. He can flex his micro. He has plenty of experience playing with ping, so, I wouldn't count him out.
Yeah, he does regularly practice on this server, and I do think Haas will be looking to go for something a little bit different. That charge all in, of course, is something that's very non-ping dependent. It's not really anything you need to do except get the Zealots in there, and then it just comes down to the defense of your opponent. So it's a pretty good choice for a map where you do have the ping disadvantage. Definitely a smart choice.
Yeah, you were talking about the A move capabilities earlier, and it's real with a build like that. So yeah, very smart play from Haas, very strategic planning coming into game
Yeah.
one. But now we are getting into game number two, and sporting in the top left hand corner, representing the CranKy Ducklings, it's Vindicta.
And in the bottom right-hand corner for PSISTORM, the Taiwanese Cheese Master, this is Haas.
Oh boy, as the first SCV is just zooming across the map here as quickly as possible, and oh my god, this SCV is on a mission.
Looks like Vindicta actually going to be looking to go for a proxy Rax here. I love this. Just taking the initiative here. Very nice positioning of that Rax as well. Does have that little nook in the top of that M there where he can hide that SCV if it does get spotted.
Oh, exactly. He is here. He's got the M. And for the time being, is just a singular Rax. So you see both gases being taken. Haas is going out for a bit of a scout with his probe. Is he going to come across this proxy?
Does look like it will be just out of vision there. So Haas just going out for a scout, and very nice planning here from Vindicta, realizing that on a bit more of that macro map, he's going to be catching Haas unawares here.
Yeah, the map even just giving Vindicta a bit of a salute with that Marine. I feel like the map maker, he knew exactly what that spot was going to be used for. Hashtag no bias, as we even have the tech lab on the Rex. Ooh, as Haas sends out a second probe to try and look for it, but misses.
Nah, it's not looking for it. It's kind of the gold base, man.
What is happening right now? he goes straight for the gold. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, this is you've almost got to be expecting this as Vindicta.
I mean, even if it doesn't get scouted, this is a good thing for Vindicta, right? Like, resources are being spent elsewhere. You know, we're going to have a more vulnerable, natural, and even main base. Haas, once again, still not quite going to be catching this. And Vindicta may even find some transferring workers headed over in this direction when he moves out.
I was going to say, when he moves out with these Marauders, he's probably going to see that probe heading out. He might mistake it for a scouting probe looking for a proxy. But at the same time, yeah, it's going to get very interesting. We actually see a battery in the main for Haas, so this could actually work out really well for him because he's getting a very fast robot and that battery in his main. So in a weird way, this actually is going to be really well defensively set up to deal with what is a very all-in build coming out from Vindicta.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to pull it off, as already the first Stalker is going to be going down. Now, you know, Vindicta has shown his hand. We do see Haas trying to throw down as many of his gates as possible. We do see that pylon quite exposed.
Yeah, pylon is exposed. We do have the battery overcharge available if need be, as we do see these Marauders going to be dancing back and forth with the Stalkers, and Vindicta's heart has to sink a little bit when he sees all those buildings there. But is he going to be able to piece together that there might be a base somewhere out on the map?
Yeah, like, where is the Nexus? That's what he's going to be wondering right now, as he is scouring the top right-hand corner of the map with his Hellion for proxies, but...
Yeah, he thinks it's a proxy. We're just going to have to be able to see if he can put 2 and 2 together and work out that the thing that's missing is a Nexus.
Yeah, we'll see if he does piece it together. We'll see if he does check that location, as Haas is already going for his Prism as well. He does spot the probe!
Oh, he spots the probe. Yeah, that is huge. Yeah, he works it out. He works it out.
Oh my god. He finally does get eyes on this. He fully recognizes what Haas is up to. He can reroute his forces into the bottom left, which is what he's doing. But it does mean that his main is going to be a little bit more vulnerable as that Prism is moving out. But it actually looks like Haas is looking to reinforce his base.
Yeah, I mean, he brought everything home expecting that this was going to be some kind of all-in on one base. But the thing that gets really weird about this is Haas has an Immortal for the Marauders, and Immortals absolutely chunk Marauders. Haas actually has a very good setup for dealing with this.
He really does. That Immortal is insane here. Widowmite shot goes off, does only take down the shields of some of these gateway units. Haas is pushing on forward, and Vindicta, he can't do anything to punish that gold.
Yeah, he's really in 2 minds of how he wants to deal with this. It's going to be hard for him to even defend himself on one base here. And We see that getting up his extra axe, getting a Banshee to help defend that Immortal. He does have this very nicely positioned bunker on the front, but Haas does not care. He is breaking on in here.
Yeah, exactly. One Marauder already going down. We do see the boys being pulled in a repair on the bunker of Vindicta. The tank comes out.
Yeah, tank doing good damage here, but the Immortal had been ferried up to the top. We do see SCVs being pulled, trying to get a little bit of damage on these units. The Banshee is going to be putting on a lot of pressure, but the gold base income is going to make these Adept Warpins truly fearsome.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Banshee does reign supreme, but we saw how much DPS that Immortal had on both of those tanks. They both just got annihilated. Eventually, this will be cleaned up, but 11 workers go down.
Yeah, and this Immortal is not going to go down because there's nothing that can deal with the War Prism.
Oh, Viking comes out though. So again, this War Prism doesn't have that much longevity remaining. It should be able to save that Immortal, or as the Viking opts not to chase the Prism.
Yeah, Viking is not able to catch up with that Prism. Meanwhile, for Haas, we see he is fully saturated. This gold base has charge on the way with this superior economy. It's just going to be able to print these Zealots constantly. It even has a Stargate on the way as a third Nexus goes down too. And this is a horrible position to be in for Vindicta.
Yeah, 1 base economy against a 3 base Protoss right now. Vindicta, he does send his Banshee across the map to try and harass the gold base, but we have a Stalker, we have a Shield Battery, we have Overcharge as well. 1 Banshee is just not going to be enough.
Yeah, that 1 Banshee is not enough. This Stalker even fending that off on its own here. And that Banshee kind of stuck in the corner of the map now.
Oh boy, yeah, it is a little bit stuck here in the end, and it's just Vindicta. What can he do from here? I'm trying to think. He is going for a medevac to try and go for some drops, maybe to try and get some damage done in the main base, maybe to try and go for some multi-prong harass. It's possible that Haas may spread himself too thin, as he took a very interesting 3rd base.
Yeah, you definitely want to be splitting up your damage here. It does reveal the Phoenix, so Vindicta's gonna, you see a little bit of the fire of the brow. It's very weird that Haas has a Stargate in this position. I would be pretty confused as well. And we see that scan going down to see exactly what is here. So, yeah, this is very odd. I do not know how you piece this together as a Terran. I would have no idea what this is, to be honest.
Oh boy, yeah. It's such a weird position to be in. It's such a weird location to be in as well. As Haas is pushing out across the map, the defense is being set up by Vindicta. He's got a turret, he's got a bunker as well. He is ready to receive, but that's a lot of charge lots.
Yeah, he is going full charge Phoenix here. That Phoenix looks like it's just going to be used to pick up a tank in an annoying spot, and I do not know how it's possible for Vindicta to have anywhere near enough to deal with this.
Yeah, exactly. The Chargers, they just rush on forward here. The wall is not a wall. The tank in the backline is doing whatever damage he can, but there are just so many Zealots. GG gets called.
GG. And Haas, with a very fortunate build match up there, just kind of smashes through Vindicta there, unfortunately. And we do see PSISTORM up 4-0 now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Haas is a very tricky player to play against, as we all know, and we saw that even here today, going for the goal base in game number 2, and game number 1 going for a 2-base charge all in with a very crisp timing. God, he's a terrifying player.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well rehearsed, creative builds, very hard to deal with, and very unfortunate for Vindicta that he was going for that robo first, because that counters what he was doing extremely hard.
Yeah, and it's so weird how that lines up, because it's not like Haas knew what was happening, right? He wasn't sure if there was a proxy or anything like that. So for him to go for the robo when he did was just exactly what he needed. The other world where this could have gone a little bit differently is if Vindicta had gotten eyes on the goal base a little bit sooner. Maybe he would have directed his focus there instead of the main. But yeah, there's no reason for Vindicta to scout in that direction. Unfortunately, if you remember, he at first thought it was a proxy, not a ninja base.
Yeah, I mean, even then you're dealing with at best an even game, I think, because there's still 3 gates and a robo at home. It's just a very tough spot to be in there.
It really is. It really is. And now we're moving on to game number 3. It is going to be between Oreo and MaxPax. MaxPax, of course, arguably the best Protoss in all of Europe. A very powerful player, very strong indeed. Oh, so Oreo, he's got a bit of a mountain to climb before him.
Yeah, 100%. This is MaxPax, one of the best Protosses in the world at the moment. The faceless beast, and we see that Hexagon swamps that of Oreo's. But Oreo, his mind is refreshed. He's taken some time away from the game. He's feeling comfortable finding himself, still very young. And I think he will be coming to this with a very fresh and open mind.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I have a little bit of insider information that I can divulge, even though, of course, here in Australia, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. He wasn't out there stuffing those turkeys. Instead, he took a page out of Mia Micah's book, and over the past couple of days, he has been on vacation. He has been out there with the beaches.
The beaches? Oh, let's go.
He has been with the beaches, and he's been having a great time just now today, coming back home, ready, refreshed to play some StarCraft.
There we go. Will he have the tan? Will he be looking like handsome Dolan?
Oh, that is the question. Does he have the tan or does he have the sunburn? That's what we're gonna find out here tonight, as he is gonna be setting up here against MaxPax. He's also coming very prepared. He has been thinking about this series, about how he wants to approach MaxPax, fully aware of the caliber of player that he's up against, but that's not going to stop him. Not with the champion race, puppy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he will have some cheeky all-ins prepared for MaxPax. But who can say? As we do have Cosmic Sapphire as our first map.
Who can say? Who can say? As a bit of a heads up, and we did see it at the start of the show, Patty Mac was originally slotted to play today, but because of Thanksgiving, he is currently not at home. He actually doesn't have a PC available to him, so he couldn't play out. Leading up to tonight, we were trying to come up with a solution. We were allowed to substitute Patty Mac with another player, which is Oreo, but that comes at a cost.
Is he on a laptop?
No. I mean, maybe. But the cost being that as Oreo is a last-minute substitute, MaxPax will be able to choose map number 2 regardless of how map 1 goes.
Well, he was going to be choosing map number 2 anyway, so there you go.
He maybe was. So expect to be seeing like Stargazers or something crazy in map number 2. Something that we often do not see in this matchup, but may be forced to witness. Oh boy.
If he went Stargazers and went like 3 base camp carrier and Oreo won, that would be very cool.
Oh my god.
I'd be down for that.
Do I want to? Yeah, let's go. I'm like, do I really want to witness that? I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I'm disgusting like that.
I mean, the one thing that I am worried about a little bit here is Oreo, we do know him as a player who kind of goes by the book, knows all the ins and outs of textbook Zerg play, and that's something that MaxPax, being in that EU region, going up against players like Lambo, like a laser, is going to be very familiar with.
Okay. I thought you were going to go the other way. I completely agree. Like, MaxPax, he's got plenty of practice in his own region, which is going to make this a little bit more difficult. You know, he's got players of the minds of Lambo and Cyril and Raynor and whatnot. But there's no one else quite like Oreo out there in the world. So he's here ready to make a name for himself as well. I do believe, I want to believe. And yeah, it's a matchup that we often don't get. I don't think Oreo has ever played MaxPax before.
Yeah. You know, I've played MaxPax before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
On an ESL Open Cup?
Yeah.
Hey.
It was fun. It was really cool. I got MaxPaxed by MaxPax.
Nice.
I was like, wow, this is insane. And then I died.
Oh god, yeah. Shout out to the ESL Open Cups that anyone is free to participate in. You know, they are open to literally anyone, and you can pair up against some of the best, like your MaxPax, like Beyond, like Dark. You know, sometimes you just want to get beaten by a pro player.
Yeah. I killed his Oracle and then I got A-moved by a 3 Colossus move out. It was cool.
But you killed
Good
his
times.
Oracle.
Yeah, killed his Oracle. He bleeds.
Beautiful.
As we do have this map loading on up, and here in the top left-hand corner of the map, our CranKy Duckling from Australia, this is Oreo.
Ooh, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have, representing PSISTORM Gaming, MaxPax.
His prey.
Oh, exactly. He's about to get dunked.
You have MaxPax sending out that very early probe for the hatch block here. Or are going to be more than prepared for this, sending out the early drone to go take that third base.
Yeah. Gonna be headed straight towards the linear third here, recognizing that as a Zerg player in this matchup, you cannot take your natural. It's illegal. It's no longer allowed.
Yep. Rightly so. Dirty Zerg players.
Asher, you just had to start playing Protoss, didn't you? Like, what's wrong with you? God damn. When are you gonna start playing Zerg, huh? When is that gonna happen? Do I have to come back to Melbourne? Do I have to?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Oh no.
Because we do see that hatch gas pool, very standard play coming out from Oreo. So if we do see anything cheeky, it's going to be a little bit further on down the line.
Oh yeah, exactly. As Oreo has amazing phone positioning here. Fun fact: he was messaging me earlier. He's like, because he's using his phone as his camera, he actually can't see himself. Like he, you know, he can't adjust the camera positioning. He's just kind of winging it right now. And you know, at least we get his face. We
Yeah,
get the
fine.
face.
He's there.
Yeah, and a lot of his wall as well. But some of the face.
Some of the face. There we go. Do we have the wrists? We don't have the wrists.
Oh, we need the keyboard cam.
True.
Yeah, as MaxPax was being incredibly annoying, he was just tasing away at those pros, but Oreo was fighting back as well. It did interrupt his gas mining a little bit, to be fair, but at least MaxPax is forced back.
Yeah, so MaxPax just going to be running off with that coveted prize. That little 5 minerals. A little bit cheeky. We do see Oreo not quite taking that third yet. I'm getting excited. I want it all in.
Yeah. We'll see what the plan is here, as we are just droning for the time being. Oreo does have the minerals now for that third base, and he will be taking it a little bit later than we would expect, but he is taking it nonetheless. Has a couple of lings on the way as well. MaxPax is going to be looking to try and flex his Adept Micro here, and we'll see if he can get some drones.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We see MaxPax chronoing out an Adept, chronoing out a Stalker as well, going straight into that Twilight Council. And I'm beginning to wonder if we're going to be seeing this 2-base blink all in that MaxPax has been popularizing lately.
Oh, that is the question here, as the Overlord barely does survive. Oreo is working off a very limited scouting information. There we go. 2 more gates are thrown down. I'm feeling it, Papi. I'm feeling it. Oh no.
Yeah, so it looks like we will just have a 3 gates glaives opener. So MaxPax just looking to exert a little bit of pressure. This is one of those builds where, as the Protoss, you can kind of skill check your opponent, especially if you feel like you might be the stronger player of the two.
Yeah, exactly. 3 gates isn't very committed at all. You know, we can very easily transition into a third base from here. I'm just keeping an eye on the production tab to see if more gates are thrown down, because we could see something a little bit more committed, or, you know, just an opener, just to harass, deal some damage in transition.
Yeah, for sure. So we do see that Robo getting up and ready. We see those 3 gates on the way. Should be expecting to see a third base being thrown down pretty soon. But no, it does look like we will be going fully committed into the 6 gate and the Robo.
This is what I was worried about. I am terrified right now. The Adepts do get scouted here by Oreo, but he didn't check the main base. For all he knows, this could be, or this is 3 gates to begin with. But mate, as you said, we got more Adepts where this came from.
This is my build. Did you have the Adepts popping on in there? Oreo going to be keeping those drones safe, only losing one of those. Does have the lings on top of these Adepts here, but the first few drones going to be going down. That is the second lot of drones, as the Queen's getting a good amount of damage onto these Adepts, but it's going to be very important for Oreo that he does sniff out the kind of pressure that is coming his way.
Where he's droning, Papi. He's droning right now. He doesn't know. I mean, it's okay to make a wave of workers for the time being. He does catch a couple of these Adepts in the middle map, does get 3 of them. Honestly, a great pickoff, and he will get eyes on the rest of these Adepts.
Yeah, great moves with these links. Does spot the glaives as well. Sees the Warp Prism moving out, so will have some idea of the kind of aggression that's headed his way. Pretty good trades, as we're seeing pointed out by the observer, and does see 6 adepts being warped in here, so he knows exactly what's going on. We see a Roach Warren down immediately, but it's a little bit too late, I believe.
Yeah, I was about to say the Roach Warren is very late, so we only have Queens and Lings to defend right now. He needs to buy time, more time for his Roaches. He has to be very careful with his Lings. He cannot throw them away.
Yeah, there you go. With the Queens, they are going to be committing if these Shades do finish up. It looks like MaxPax deciding not to go for that. He's just going to be denying mining over this. Takes out a few of those drones. Quick fire there. Threatens once again with the Shades. As the Lings are starting to get on top of these Adepts here. Looks like 2 of the Shades are already being cancelled. So very important for Oreo that he catches onto this, as all his drones are being absolutely shredded.
Yeah, 19 drones go down. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take... Because we get the winner shot. MaxPax will take game number 1. Oh.
That's a silly winner shot. Yeah, there we go. So a little bit unlucky there for Oreo. Doesn't quite get a scout on what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly. As we were saying, you know, he defended against the first wave of adepts quite well, but it took a while for him to recognize how all in MaxPax was, and because of that, there was no Roach Warren, and defending against Glaive Adepts with pure Ling Queen is nigh impossible without either Roaches or Banelings. Oh.
Yeah, it's just really hard to deny drone damage at that point, and we could see how quickly those devs just racked up those drones, and there just wasn't enough there for Oreo to defend.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough, and now we get to see, what MaxPax will decide for map number 2. Doesn't go for Stargazers, instead it goes for Inside and Out.
Yeah. Considering this is such a small map, I kind of think he's just going to 2-base all in him again.
Yeah, I think so. It would make a lot of sense. So even though Oreo is coming into this series with a plan, with something in mind, I don't know if he's going to be able to execute it. He may have to be reactive to MaxPax instead, and we'll see if he can pull it off. Again, game number 1 was a little bit rough. I'm sure Oreo is going to be a lot more adept at scouting. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. But MaxPax, he does have the opportunity as well to just kind of play off the perception from that last game. I know there are some builds where you can kind of fake out that you're going for the glaze by showing 4 or 5 adepts at the start, then go into something like Blink, or even just go into a standard macro build, or as he did in that game, go into a stronger adept build. There's a lot of options that you can all make look fairly similar to each other.
Yeah, plenty of options available. You know, you can go 6 gates, Glaive Adepts, you can go 3, you can go 4, you can go 8. You can go for 2 base Blink Stalkers, you can go for a charge as well. There's a lot of options available for MaxPax, but regardless, you know, the first step is getting an Overlord in there, is scouting. Unfortunately, Oreo was unable to do so in that previous game because of that Stalker zoning him out. Hopefully he can have a bit of a better time of things here on Inside and Out.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's going to come down to whether he can, you know, survive a little bit longer and get into his own plan, as we do see him spawning in the top right-hand corner here. This is Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside now, representing PSISTORM Gaming, MaxPax.
Here we go. So Oreo, once again, looks like probably not going to be opting for any early pull, anything like that. Just going to be sending out that drone and taking the third.
Yeah, is going to be going for the unnatural natural hatch first from Oreo, so no early pull shenanigans. Even though Inside and Out wouldn't be a bad map for something like, say, a 12 pull. You know, I'm sure old mate David would be all about that, especially on this map. But Oreo is not going to be taking the bait. He's opening up in a much more standard fashion here. Again, that may be looking to be reactive.
Yeah, for sure. Oreo definitely knowing the strengths of his race, going once again into that hatch gas pool. So going to be looking for a bit more of an economic opening. So we're just going to have to wait and see what MaxPax has in store for this game.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I also hope that Oreo can really flex more of what he wants to do. Like, I'm pretty sure, especially in the previous game, based on some of the messages. I know he wanted to play like the Miyamika style. I know he wanted to try and hit that timing, but like again, if you're up against David Epps, you just can't. That just shuts it down completely. You have to respect that. You have to transition. You have to react and adapt to what your opponent is doing. So yeah, we'll see if he's gonna be forced into that situation again.
Yeah, this is one of those things as well where Oreo has had a little bit of time off, and one of the things that you do lose a little bit during time off is the sharpness with your reactions. Oftentimes, the things that stick with you are like how to do your builds, and you will be comfortable. You will still have those mechanics to do your build crisply and nicely, but the kind of things that when you've been playing a lot throw warning signs in your head, those senses are a little bit more dulled when you haven't been playing as much.
Yeah, exactly. Like it can be a little bit harder to really recognize what's happening. As once again, MaxPax is opening up Twilight Council. Oh.
Yeah, we are seeing another Twilight Council opener, so I wonder if he is, yeah, in fact, going to be trying to make everything look the same and then going off into a different path.
Yeah, so a couple of things. So the Overlord is going to be forced back because of the Overlord pillar being a little bit more towards the triangular third base. So he will have a more direct path into the main as a result, and there won't be a Stalker looking to deny him entry. So I think Oreo may have better scouting, but oh my god, this is a disgusting position for the Adept.
Very cheeky spot for the Adept there, and it looks like Oreo has not noticed two probes go down, and that's a rough start.
Oh, it really is, as the Adept does get away with his life. 2 drones going down. Already a great start here from MaxPax, as once again he throws down 2 more gates and starts Glaives.
Yeah, so if it's not broken, don't fix it, and we have an even better start for MaxPax. But meanwhile, Oreo throwing down a very early Baneling Nest, so he will have some tools to defend this, if it is in fact the Glaives opener again.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. 1, we have 3 gate Glaive Adepts. 2, Oreo has skipped out on droning by making a massive wave of Lings early on. He's going to be going for a Bane Bust here. How will this shape up against Glaive Adepts? There are going to be at most 6 Adepts ready for this attack, but depending on the connections of these Banelings, maybe Oreo can overwhelm and snowball.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting timing. It looks like Oreo may be sensing that MaxPax might be going for the same sort of thing again. If MaxPax doesn't have a battery prepared at his natural, it can definitely get dicey, especially if the move out is caught across the map.
Yeah, this is gonna get wild. So here we go. Oh, we do have a Stalker as a part of the wall. Stalkers are very robust. The Baneling's gonna he's actually gonna save his Banelings here. One of the Stalkers is gonna be going down at the same time. The Adepts, they turn around.
It just are going to be turning around. These Banelings just kind of running around as we see that fourth turret being thrown down, saving that Stalker, but these Adepts are very exposed.
Yeah, they are quite exposed here. Again, we are saving these Banelings. It looks like they still don't look to detonate, not yet, and MaxPax, he's looking quite solid here behind his wall.
Yeah, he is definitely standing strong. We have that sentry warped in at a very good time there just for that force field. Stalker is not going to be going down. The battery has finished up, and he is going to be continuing with his timing.
Yeah, I'm sure Oreo was hoping that there wasn't going to be a shield battery at that natural base, and maybe the defenses were going to be lacking a little bit, but now MaxPax, he can go on the offensive. He's got Glaive Adepts going into every single mineral line. Oh my god.
This is so well done. He used his Adepts left and right around his bases just to look around for Lings and Banes. But the Banes are going to be getting a connection. Very nice cleanup. At the same time, there is just too much damage going down in the bases of Oreo.
Yeah.
So much going on at once with MaxPax. I love the way that he shaded out for those Lings and Banes at the same time. And yeah, just a very clean game. MaxPax gets a quick 2-0.
GG, mate. Glaive Adepts making a bit of a comeback here. We don't see them too often, but MaxPax does whip them out, and oh boy, unfortunately, yeah, the Bane Bust, MaxPax just had quite a solid defense already ready for it. He had left a couple of units at home to defend. He had a Stalker, he had a second Stalker behind it. I don't blame Oreo for not using the Banelings straight away, because Stalkers are disgusting. They're so tanky against Banelings, so I'm sure he was waiting for a better moment, but like, what better moment would there really be? Like, he was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, MaxPax was just so prepared.
Yeah, he was. It was a very good reaction. Very good job just warping in that sentry so quickly. But That unfortunately does mean CranKy Ducklings is going to be going down 6-0 to PSISTORM.
Oh boy, yeah, there we go. Congratulations to PSISTORM. I want to give a special shout out to Oreo as well because he did come out very clutch. As I was saying earlier, Patty Mac was unable to play today, and we desperately needed someone to fill in, and Oreo stepped up. So thank you so much, Oreo. Thank you so much for once again showing up here in World Team League. Didn't have the most success against MaxPax, but you know, also unfortunate to play against MaxPax of all people. Aye.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we appreciate him stepping up though.
Definitely. And with that, we are done here for today. PSISTORM Gaming takes the 6-0. Alpha X takes the 5-1. If you remember, I highly recommend checking out that VOD because XY shows how to TVP in style against Australia.
Animal.
Let's go! So thank you so much, everyone, because we've been on a bit of a hiatus. You know, we've been busy casting DreamHack Atlanta, and that's always fun and all, but it's not quite the same as casting here on the CranKy Ducklings. And I know we got a little bit more serious when we were casting our own team, as it does tend to happen. But it's always great to just kind of let loose, you know, just like you're back at home, you can take your pants off. It's it was a lot of fun, Asher. It was a lot of fun to be back with you casting.
It was good fun. We made a mess, but it felt good.
Exactly. You know, we even got a cameo from Rufus earlier as well. I'm sure he's tucked away in bed right now. Don't wake him up. Is he?
I don't know where he is. He's hiding. he's just lurking, waiting for food.
There you go. But yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Hope everyone had a great time, and it's always great casting with you again, Asher. It's always great. You know, we've been separated for 25 days, Asher. 25, and now we're back. We can be together again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course that. And as it ticks over to midnight, it is now December, of course. November officially over. Beautiful.
Everyone, you have our permission.
Oh God.
Take that how you will.
We did see as well, just during that last game, Onside Gaming with a $25 tip. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Thank you so. Yeah, we apologize. We were a little bit engrossed in everything that was happening, but thank you so much, Onside. We appreciate the support. They have a lot of love for StarCraft and for the community as well. Yeah, Onside Gaming doing great things, supporting even the Ducklings. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it a lot. Thank you. But yeah, bit of an unfortunate result for us today, but as you said, we had good fun with it.
We had good fun. And with that, Asher, where can people tune into more of Rufus and Asher as well?
You want to see a bit of Terran gameplay, a bit of New King Protosses and things like that. You will be able to tune into my stream at twitch.tv/AsherBro. And if people want to see some Zerg power, where can they see a CranKy Duckling Zerg streaming?
Oh, there's no power there, Buffy. But Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week as well on a daily basis. We do our best to try and enjoy ourselves and not smudge too hard and not tilt too much either. It's a difficult life, you know. We're just trying to survive. We're trying to survive. So you can follow me there if you're interested. But if you're only interested in the CranKy Duckling casting, then check us out here on the CranKy Ducklings. We are live every day of the week. And this weekend is going to be very interesting because we have the Home Story Cup qualifiers. I'm going to be casting the Latin American qualifiers in the morning, 9 hours or 8 hours from now. So be sure to be there because in 8 hours, we got Home Story Cup qualifiers. Right after that, I'm going to be getting some breakfast. I'm going to be having a shower. I'm going to be getting changed. And we're going to be casting the ANZ Champs playoffs. The finals are Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be casting alongside Zeph and Maynard. we have confirmation that is happening. It's going to be a wild weekend of ANZ StarCraft. Sprinkled throughout all of that, we still have day 2 of World Team League and day 3 of World Team League and all the other Home Story Cup qualifiers as well, and Berserker Team League. It's gonna be an interesting weekend.
Just a standard week for light.
So I hope everyone enjoyed the days off that we had. We had like 4 days off this week, but now we're just going full steam ahead. Just nothing but StarCraft.
Beautiful. Just the way we like it.
With that, Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for the night?
Enjoy your December, everyone. Just pace yourselves,
Just, be careful, yeah.
Too much of a good thing. There's such thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah, like, it's just, don't get too ahead of yourself. We're all human. If anything starts hurting at any point, just stop. And thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Beautiful. See you later.
Ciao.